Hello everybody, welcome back to an edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert HVAC training. I'm your host, Leandro Mat, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can change the different ways of navigation through the screen. So let's go to the presentation. So by default, it will depend on the configuration that you have on the system, but we have different ways of programming the navigation on the screen, on the embedded display. So we have if we go to properties, we have page model that is rated how we're going to navigate, and then we have hierarchical and flat. So basically these two ways I usually try to define this. The flat is similar to Visual Designer or Terminal Expert, that you just open pages or a screen and you just move on to the next one because they are on the same level, flat. Okay, so I can jump from this screen or page to this one and this one, this one, this one, and doesn't matter. Okay, if you use hierarchical, you just have a different concept. So you have one screen over here, you have other one over here, we have other one over here, and one over here. So in order then to go from this one to the next one, you just need to call it. Then you just call the other one. If you need to go back to this one, you just need to close and close, okay? Because it's hierarchical, it's by orders. So the main one call the other one, and the other one call the other one, and then you just close, close, open, open, close, close. And that can be easily seen. Now I'm going to explain that to you. So let's start by the hierarchical. Okay, so I'm going to select OK. So I'm going to delete this, going to delete this, and I'm going to delete no, I need here. So there is no page, so I'm going to create a new one. Insert page, I'm going to select ID 01. Then I'm going to add another one, insert page, ID 02, and ID 03. Here I'm going to select yes, ID 01. I'm going to change this one to true, yes, ID 02, and ID 03. ID 03. Okay, so I have my three screens. Fine, it's okay, no worries. Now what I'm going to do on this one is to select an action to go to the next screen. So here I'm going to create a local action. So if I press long enter, okay, I'm going to open page, and here you can see they have the open page here, ID 02. Okay, this way of selecting is not shown when you have a button. Okay, when you have a button, you don't have the possibility to have this drop box. Here, yes, you have it. So lock enter, I'm going to use this one to open the ID02. So ID02, going to lock enter, open page, and I'm going to call the ID03. And the ID03, I'm not going to call anything else because I can't. So I'm going to add a long left, open page, ID02. If I do this, I can't because from the ID1, I open the ID2, and the ID2 is open the ID3. And then with the ID3, it's open to the previous one. And that is not possible. I need to close the ID3. So let's see what happened and see the message error. So we get familiar. So the ID2 with the long left, I'm going to open the ID1. This is one way to do it. Okay, guys. So here. Now I'm going to compile this with this button and see what happens. Here we go. So parent page invoke as a child. So ID1 is calling the IDO2, but the IDO2 cannot call the IDO1 because it's the parent. So IDO2, in order to show the ID1, it needs to be closed. So IDO2 here, close. So I need to here, long left, I'm going to close. So we close his own page, the IDO2. The same needs to be done on the IO3. Otherwise, we get the message of the error, parent invoke as a child. So here, I need to delete this, long left, and then just close. Now, if we compile, everything should be fine. So output, 0 warnings, no error. So let's simulate this. Going to delete this previous simulation, and I'm going to create a new one. Sim display, or is embedded display, doesn't matter. So I have this one already available for us. I'm going to, oops. Okay, I'm going to fix it to my screen so it doesn't disappear. Now I'm going to download this code. Now let's see what happened. So as you can see here, I'm the IDO1, which is fine. Then if I long, it was long right? Long enter, my bad. So if we press long enter, IDO2, so it changed to the IDO2. So if I go to IDO2, if I press the long left, it will close the IDO2. Okay. And then if I press OK again, it will go to IDO3, and then it's going to go back, long left, and then long left to go to the main one. This is a way to go and navigate. It's not the one that I really use, to be honest, but it's a way, and there are people probably they like it. I don't like it so much, so I go to the next one. So this is the hierarchical, so it's like for stages or for priorities of levels of the screens, they can be called. Now we're going to use a different method of navigation. Probably is the one that you usually use, but it's not mandatory for you to use it. So let's remove this. So let's go to properties and select flat. It's important for you to know that message error. So when you get a message error, it's because you're using the hierarchical and you are calling from a lower level, a child, a parent, and you are not allowed to call the parent as a child. Okay, so flat. Once you select flat, everything's on the same level, and you can go to different places without someone to tell you that you can't. So in that case, long enter is going to be for IDO2. IDO2, long enter is going to be for IDO3. And long left, I'm going to open the page, IDO1. And the IDO2, instead of close, is going to open the page. And it's going to open the page IDO2. And then if I long enter, I'm going to open the page IDO1. So it's like a loop. Okay. Now I'm going to open the simulation. Okay. I'm going to download this so I can show you what I'm talking about. So, well, it's not a real loop because the page one doesn't call the, well, but you get the idea. So if I press long enter, IDO3, long left, IDO1. It's going to be the same behavior. So for the operator, the user, it's going to be the same. What is different is how you program it, okay? And probably you feel more comfortable using the hierarchical, which is totally fine, or you're more comfortable using the flat. That's in my case. So there are two different ways. You can use the one you like it. And here again, if I press long OK, and long OK, you can see I'm using cycle, closing the cycle. So this is basically all the different things that we can do. But it's important for you to understand the navigation, and based on the navigation, you need to create your own way for navigate. So what I usually do is I have my main screen where I have the logo of the company. Then after some time, I create some scripts in order to check the time and then move to the menu, okay? And the menu or the initial page where I have some values, initial values of the machine. Then I can press long enter or menu button over there to go to the menu, and then on the menu I have different buttons, and on the buttons I have the possibility to go to different pages to make the configuration or indications that I want to show. But that is something that you need to plan ahead in order to define this. So once you have the thinking on how you're going to be the organization of the navigation of the embedded display, is going to be much easier for you to design it and to program it. Okay, so this is it for how we can change this page model, which is basically hierarchical or flat, using the embedded display on the M172. Okay, this can also be applied to the M172 display, the color one, but that will be for another training part. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you in the next one.